She's a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a retired civil servant. She's the founder of Deaf Women Association. You know, it sounds like it's been all rosy all this while, right? But she also has her own fair of life story to share with us. Today, on Against All Odds, we have the pleasure of bringing to your doorstep a trailblazer, popularly known as Mama Deaf. We just need you to sit tight and let's enjoy this ride together. The program is Against All Odds on the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA, and my name is Doshima Pius Ikiravi. We will be back very shortly. Don't go away. Don't go away.
This is Against All Odds.
Born on the 12th day of January 1955 in Ebute Metta, Lagos, Adedoyin's journey was not without its challenges. As a deaf person, she faced unique obstacles, but her determination and resilience would shape her destiny. How did this whole thing happen? Were you born deaf? Did you become deaf at a point in your life? How did this journey into the deaf world begin?
I was born here and I lived as a hearing person for 19 years of my life. But from 1974, I became deaf. But it was a process, not immediately, not fast. It was a process, continuous process until everything became fine as a deaf person. I finished my secondary school. I was working as receptionist, telephonist, working on telephone. That year, September 1974, I remember September 1974, I was feeling feverish, and I was taken to the hospital. I have not eaten anything throughout that day. So the nurse didn't ask me if I had eaten anything before giving me the injection. The injection made me felt dizzy, and I felt like falling down. Truly, I was caught up by my boyfriend that time, who later became my husband. So, from that time, I started having ringing noise, which I later known as tinnitus, tinnitus, ringing. From that year, 1974, up to today, the ringing is still there. I am living with it, sleeping and waking up with it. It takes the grace of God to live with that ringing, because it always affects one, even when sleeping. Thank God for the doctor that I met on my way to deafness, who encouraged me and told me that, don't worry, you are not the only one with deafness, but have it in your mind, you are going to live with it. And anywhere you go, The advice, she said, anywhere I go, I must go with jotter and a biro to write. If I write for the person, and the first introduction, let the person know I'm deaf. Nothing the person can do. And I live with it, that God give me the courage to accept what I can't change, because I can't change it. I have tried. My parents tried to make me hear. I spent a lot of money to get my hearing back, but it is impossible. What I know is that education is the medicine for deafness. Once the person can read and write, the word is at the person's feet.
At age 19, that was the peak of your teenagehood, right? I'm sure you were already doing a lot of things. You had fashioned what your life was going to be like, and then working as a receptionist where you even had to receive calls, and then suddenly you can't even hear again. How did this drastic twist affect you? How were you able to cope through it all?
When it started, it was not easy. It was not, I will wish my worst enemy. I don't pray for anyone that have tasted hearing word to come into their world. But it happens. It happens like that to many of us. Being deaf, many things have to change. Many things change which I didn't plan for. Coming from hearing background to deaf world is not easy. But with God, everything is possible. Because himself knows where we will be useful. Himself knows the plan he has for us. God alone knows that in deaf world is where the world will celebrate me. That is why he called me to that ministry. When I entered deaf world, I thought I was the only deaf in the world. I never know deaf people. If I have known deaf people, maybe I would have married deaf man. But I married here. With my deafness, thank God I can talk well. And I still thank God for the voice, because I became the voice for the voiceless. It was because I was bold and have confidence from birth. I can face any challenges. God gave me this challenge to solve. I came in as I read a lot. Many things changed. For example, I like watching TV. Watching all the programs when I was younger. I can still talk of many programs on TV that I enjoyed without interpreter. Even when I became deaf, I never knew that there are deaf speech. Oh, deaf, sign language for the deaf, because I never know them and I never meet, I never went to their school. But when I became deaf, I was not married that time, single, a fine girl. I go to parties, I enjoy myself. I still have that memory of what I have been and what I have gone through. Thank God for the opportunity of coming from hearing background. But what is the most important is that from TV and radio, I change to newspaper. I can read anything readable, any paper, anything in print. I will just go after it. Even if I buy a car, I will read the newspaper. So from that, I started reading, like 4 or 5 newspapers that I will buy myself, old time newspaper. With all this, I am able to cope. But when I join deaf community, I see that I am not the only one. We are many in Lagos. I joined church, Apostolic Faith, which they have interpreters. From that, I became my cheerful self again, coming out, talking for them.
Wow. Adedoyin pursued her passion for social work, training with the Lagos State Ministry of Sport and Social Development. Her calling was clear: to empower and advocate for others like herself. It sounds easy, but it was definitely not easy to navigate the path of deafness, right? Now, you said something about the sound ringing in your voice. Deafness actually stopped you from a lot of things that you used to enjoy. Will you say you actually frown at deafness? Will you say disability is a bad thing to happen to someone?
My own opinion, deafness is bad to me because I knew where I was. I knew where I was coming from. And I know my own plan, what to be in my life. Everything changed with deafness. And most people, they have no respect for deaf people. Once they are deaf, they just can't hear them and go in. I know if I can hear perfectly, I may be one of the senators in Abuja here because I can talk well and I can join them in politics. But with meeting, how will I cope? I depend on hearing interpreters. And the interpreters as human beings may not be able to be in a meeting with me throughout the night. So I know my limit with deafness. Without deafness, I can go far. But I thank God for the opportunity of whom I am today.
This is Against All Odds.
In 1998, Adedoyin founded the Deaf Women Association of Nigeria, a beacon of hope for women with disabilities. Her leadership and advocacy extended far beyond as she chaired the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities and Disability Policy Advocacy Initiative. Someone that a lot of people look out to, a lot of people respect, because you are a voice to reckon with. Now, in the midst of this deafness, you've been able to achieve a lot of strides. You're the founder of Deaf Women Association. You're a retired civil servant. How were you able to pull through, all the strings being deaf?
Deaf Women Association of Nigeria, the first of its kind in Nigeria, in Africa, and other in West Africa. Why women coming out separately is not done in deaf women, but I have to fight against all odds for women to be seen and be heard. I passed through challenges, but I thank God today my goal has been achieved. Because I want deaf women to be seen and heard, to be seen as part of the society. Give that child education. For example, if I can't read or write, if I can't speak English, where will I be today? Education helps. With education of a deaf child, the child can be everything you want.
Being deaf, you got married, and then your first child became deaf. Now, did anything just linger in your head to think that there was an issue? Maybe, is deafness hereditary? Did you think about it like that? Is it because you were deaf that your son became deaf? As in, maybe you should be able to educate us better on that.
Some people talk about inheritance, but mine, I think, is not about that. Because he became highborn in here. He became deaf at 3 years old when he has measles. But he can talk well. The same like me. Today, at Oyo, he was the best mathematics student at Oyo. Up to today, very, very good in mathematics and computing. He is a teacher at deaf school, Abuja, teaching mathematics and computing. So I think God has a reason for everything. It is not about inheritance. Mine is not about inheritance because we didn't go to hospital to ask them to test. And my own parents both are not deaf.
People talk about hearing aid. Maybe you should be able to educate us better on hearing aid. Is hearing aid actually healthy for use? And then why do a lot of people not use hearing aid? Is there a problem with it?
Many deaf on the way, anywhere, do you see them with hearing aid?
No.
They collected it and just dump it because of the noise. Some people with hearing, small hearing, they can use it. But someone with profound hearing loss can't use it. With the test, some tests are not perfect. They can't use it. Secondly, I got it, my child was given free. 2, mine was 1. His own hearing aid, he done both because they are not working. The same thing, I will advise anybody who wants to give deaf hearing aid to give them computer, give them phone, Android phone to work with that hearing aids. Many of us, a lot of us, have accepted our faith in the community instead of hearing aid.
You had a boyfriend before you got, before deafness set in. Was that the person, curiosity, was that the same person you got married to? And then, how did your husband cope when your first child was deaf? How did his family take it? You know how Africa, with our tradition and all that is. How did it run with you?
I thank God. Because he is late now. He has died since 18 years past. But he was an understanding person. He understood everything. First, he never knew I was there. Because I can read lips. And again, he traveled out to Kano. At Kano, when he was calling me, maybe from inside the room, and me in parlor, I asked me, I was calling you, what happened? I can't say, I don't know. So, he felt bad, I lied to him. But he helped me to go to hospital. At Ahmed Bello at Kaduna that time, I was giving hearing aids for the first time. But God is wonderful. I can hear him speaking because I can't say why, but he will come near me. He will come to face me. Even I have not met deaf people to learn about it before I met him. I met him long time ago. And still stay with me, my deaf. So I believe all is plan of God.
Another interesting thing is that your daughter-in-law is a deaf. Was this a deliberate act?
My daughter-in-law is the one that is deaf. My own son deaf. My daughter-in-law, Me, I can't reject what God has for me. He called me into the ministry. He gave me more strength with my son and my daughter-in-law. See me, I can't reject God's gift. I will never tell my son, don't marry this, marry that. That is what I want to tell parents. Don't bring disabled into my home. They are just doing themselves. Themselves can become disabled too. Because we that are in the community with disability, we never bought it in the market. It happens. It can happen to anybody. It is not about prayer. Now my daughter-in-law came in as deaf. My son picked her. I will never go to any mountain to pray over who my son or my daughter should marry, because I believe in God and I will never reject anybody. That is why I want to use my own as example to parents. Don't say don't marry this, marry that, because the person we reject may become the best for our children in future. Wow.
Today, Adedoyin continues to inspire and empower, serving on the governing board of Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs and advocating for inclusive policies. Her legacy is a testament to the power of courage and dedication. Tell me what you have missed, what you missed, and what you thought, maybe what you have missed out, from being deaf. What is it? What is that thing that you thought you would have done better, that deafness has actually limited you from?
I missed party. I still go to party, but I don't dance much. I miss music. Let me say music. I go party, but the music, I miss it. I miss watching TV. Whether drama or news or anything, I miss my radio. So without deafness, I know I will be far on social affairs. Truly, I still function in social media. I miss my telephone. Hello, how are you? I can't do it again. I miss that. Thank you. I miss church service alone. To go to church alone without asking. Interpreter, where are you? Are you? Another problem.
This is against all odds.
Indeed, education is the medicine for deafness. Mama Def has said this to us. She actually misses a lot of things that she would have been able to do. But the truth, she hasn't lost out on anything at all. Mama Def has been able to navigate her way through the deaf world, becoming everything she wants to become. Most especially that voice that she has brought forth and pushed deaf women out there. They're doing wonderful things in their space. Judging from her, you will know that education indeed is the medicine for deafness. Without education, will she have a voice to even give to someone else? And with urging you out there, know who you are. Education is the medicine for deafness and the medicine to every other thing you want to become. Thank you for staying with us on Against All Odds. We'll do this again next week, same time, same station. My name is Toshima Pius Ikirave.
Thank you.